Hi everyone, it's Kay here. Welcome back to my take on Creep on June, which is something created by Tracey Fox from Foxy Creations. And the idea of Creep on June is to follow along every day and create something from the kit that Tracey and Justin have created with a lovely story attached. But I'm not doing a daily thing because I would just want to do my own thing because I'm not into the bats and the whole skeleton, like I said the other day. So last time we did this, we did my cover, and I've just added a few extra bits and pieces like here and this gold chain, which I've put a bit of antique paste on it, and I used my fingernail to go around the edges to sort of make it look a bit more worn kind of thing. And I just realized that's coming up, which is annoying. So stick that down again, and the inside is just this is the from the masterboard I created. I need to put something here because there's a big gap here, and I need to put something there as well. So I'm working on that. But I thought that today I would just show just a couple of things that I'm going to make, and some of the things I've got in my that I've added to my signatures. Because I was just going through my stuff, and you've got stuff that I'm thinking, I need to use it, stop hoarding it. One of the things is that I've got these old photograph folder envelopes, so I'm actually going to collage over the top of it and use it as pockets. So it's a bit torn, as you can see, it's a bit old, so it's in there just to remind myself to do that. And I've just put some pockets in, more envelope. I'm going to make pockets out of that. I think I'm just going to cut the ends off and do a side pocket because I don't tend to really do them very often. So I'm going to try and do that a bit more often. What else have I put in this one so far that's different? Nothing else really. And this one, what else? What do I put in this one? I've got this. Somebody gave me a whole heap of these in some Happy Mail, so I might use it as a flip up. I don't know. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stick it down and create a pocket this way here as well as the pocket there. I haven't decided on that. And I've got a paper bag to make pockets there. And I've joined these pages up so that I've created like a little pocket in there too. And there's more of that envelope. And here I created a very simple pocket. I think I might show people because there may be some very new beginner junk journal people who would like to just know how to make a very simple pocket. And I've put that on the back of the pianola paper just to strengthen a bit. And I think I just, didn't stick that down, which is good. There's the back of the pocket. And just, I think that's all in that one. So, but today I'm just going to create a bit of an interesting here. I've got this I've got a whole heap of these window envelopes from Salvage and Save, so I've got a tub full, so I try to use them if I can. So I'm going to create a bit of a flip up thingy-majiggy here. Very technical here. And what I'm going to do is create a bit of interest by using this lovely printable that I got from Kylie's Card Craft, and she from her Ko-fi shop. So if I remember, I will try and put that link below. And so I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to fold it up so it's like another little element to sort of write on. So I'm going to just flatten that down, and that's good. So I'm just going to stick that bit here down there. So finally think I'm getting over this bug that I've had. Still feel a little bit washed out, but I can actually get in my craft room and make some all these projects that I want to do and that I need to do. I get waylaid by doing this sort of stuff because I thought, oh, I have to do something with that because it's just I like the sort of look of it. The kit. It's called, what I did say yesterday. What was it called? Sorry. my bit of paper here. Oh no, that's not it either. Crafty haul. Yes. The Curious Case of Craftly haul, I should say. So that's going to go there like that. And then I will decorate it. Perhaps I should decorate it before I use the flip, but we could decorate it anyway. So I'm just going to use a bit of book page just to create a hinge. What shall I use? Choices. That'll do. Not very straight though. It's okay. I like to have my hinges straight if I can get it. That's better. Right, it's going to fold in half. Just trim it off a little bit. Hope you're all well, because here in Adelaide there is a bit of a increase in. I got that flapped the right way around. I have, yes. I've got an increase in COVID cases and respiratory illnesses, so big demand in the public hospital system, and they're saying that schools are having to close some classes like PE and music and things like that because teachers are getting sick with COVID. I'm pretty sure what I had wasn't COVID. I think it was just a kind of virus. I don't know what else to call it, because I very rarely get the symptoms apart. I just get a bit of a runny nose, and more often than not I just feel weak and wobbly and lacking in energy, and I don't have any other symptoms. So I get it every now and again. This, you know, there's no point going to see the doctor and they say, well, what symptoms do you have? Well, I don't have any symptoms apart from feeling weak and wobbly and weak. Sorry, excuse my head if I'm in the way. There. So that's going to be a bit of added interest there. I might have to do something about that. So it's not quite so white. And I will collage over the top of that, so it looks a bit more, fits in with everything, not quite so white. And then I'll find something to put in the pocket here. So what I might do is, because this is in the way here, I don't know, sorry, I should have done this before I stuck it in, shouldn't I have done really? Cut that bit off there. Ooh. Okay. Not very straight cut there, Kay. I found my old scissors. I don't know if you were with me a while ago, so I couldn't find them anywhere. I found them. They're in with my sewing stuff. I think I told you that anyway. So, I've got that ready. What's I doing it? Just going to put that down for now. I'm just going to show you how to do a very simple pocket. Apologise to anybody who already knows this. It's just fold a piece of paper in half, and then just fold that down there like that, and fold that down there like that. And what I did was then I cut some of this off so that it can create another little tuck spot or pocket like I did with the other one. Because this is quite thick. This is from an old book. This is quite thick paper, this is. A story about the docks. Some Tilbury docks, I think it might have been, in London. Actually, it's got a bit of a connection for myself in Tilbury, because Tilbury was the port that we left from when we came to Australia. That does not match up at all. Doesn't matter, because you're not going to see it anyway, okay? Yeah, we left from Tilbury docks to come to Australia on our boat, ship. My husband and I have this conversation all the time. What is the difference between a boat and a ship? They're all called boats. oh, called chips, I can't remember now. So I'm actually going to just, this will be too high for my journal. If I want to use it in my journal, I'm going to make the pocket. Whether I'll use it in my journal, I don't know yet. It's too high, so I'm just going to cut that off there. And just put it down the bottom side here. No measurement, just having a guess. Let's see, that fits perfectly in there. And so to create, you can just keep, you can do another page behind to sort of create something to stand on, go against, to create another pocket. So what I'm going to do is, what did I do? Yes, I wrap this around here like that. Like that, just to have a bit of a bit more. I'm just going to cut that off there. Going to fold that in there like that. Again, I'm going to cut that bit off there to use as a decoration for the pocket over here. Same on the other side. Fold it down. Oops. Okay, cut that off. Apologies to all those people who already know how to do this, but I thought, oh well, there may be some people watching who just want to know a basic pocket, and I don't know, might be worth sharing, I thought, because I've had a few people sort of say I'm new to junk journaling, so. You can just use anything really. You can just use text pages from a book. You can buy second-hand books sometimes from a variety of places. I'm really lucky where I live because I have a collectible shop near me, and they have quite a few old books sometimes, so go in there and have a look. But I do look in op shops when I go as well, because sometimes you can pick up a really nice book for a good price. I'm just going to put glue across the bottom as well as the side. Don't want to put glue at the top because that's where the pocket is. It's not stuck down very well. Okay, I think that's not very well cut at all. And then to create more pocket, and then it goes around the page like that. So you can, yeah, so it can have pocket on both sides in case you wonder why I did it like that. And then to create more pocket, I'm just going to use this, just two sides, stick it down. Decoration. It's a bit sparse, isn't it? But what I might do is I still might put it in the corner here, and then maybe put some lace or something there. I'll think about it. Because I had a look and I thought, oh, what have I got? I can make, you know, I don't want to use a lot of black lace. I was thinking, well, back in the day, they had a lot of sort of cream coloured laces, so I've got them out as well. to use. My husband and I, a long time ago, when we were very early in our marriage, we bought an old house. It was built in 1914 in Adelaide, and the old man who lived in it, he was 90, left behind some old linenware and things like that, and it's just all that sort of colour, that off-white beige colour. I just know that that is not straight. It's bothering me. Here's my trimmer. That's better. Just make sure this is straight at the top as well. Not really, okay. Right. That's better. And then you can just ink around it to give it that edge. So I'm just going to put it to one side because I haven't decided whether I want to use that pocket or not. And I want to create a pocket out of this photograph that I have in my stash. It's not from Tracey's pictures and things that she gave as well, but I wanted to have this big picture to create, well, sort of like a photograph pocket, I would call it. Hopefully it'll work. Just going to put that down there because I want to just make it a bit more sepia looking. It comes out of a book, I think. Was it one of the ones that I did buy a whole heap of cabinet photos, and I've taken some scans of them because they're pretty old, so that'll do. I've made my mat all dirty now. I'm just going to use this cardboard, craft cardboard, just to give it a bit of stability. Off. Well, I think my idea may not work because I've just realised something. I've just realised that maybe it might not be enough, but I think perhaps, oh, maybe it might. Going to try and create a sort of like a frame. Just going to go back, just using line of sight here, guesstimates, and I want to come in a bit. What I might do is cut that off first. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I don't know what it is. I like to have a big piece that I'm cutting on that side. It feels a bit uncomfortable having the big bit on that side. Okay. Alright, let's have a look. So I'm going to create a photograph frame on top of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a bit of a measurement here. So I'm just going to go in here, a bit there and a bit there, and we'd measure it so that we've got an even thing all the way around. So that measurement there is 1/2 inch, and that measurement there is 3/4 inch. So if we do 1/2 inch all the way around, I'm just going to draw some lines and then rub out what I don't need, or use the back or something. I think we might just do it 1/2 inch. I don't know, might not be enough. I think I'm going to go I'm going to go 3/4. So sometimes those cabinet cards have a really long, big border around them, don't you think? If you don't know what a cabinet card is, it's a photograph with, because I think I've got one handy, with a board, with a card outside, a border frame, I suppose you want to call it, really, and just to put on your cabinet. I'm pretty sure this was why it was called cabinet card. I could be totally wrong. Just makes logical sense to me. Sorry for the shine on my ruler. Probably need to get a better ruler that doesn't have shine all over it. Right. So let's see if this works. You know what? That's a waste, Kay. Here's your knife. I very rarely use my knife because I'm always worried that I'll end up cutting myself. I should really use a ruler. Where's my other little ruler? So it doesn't slip and end up cutting things I shouldn't do. Oh, see, I knew I'd just made a mistake there. Be careful where that goes. When I cut that out, I'll just even do a running repair. We could do a double barrel, I suppose. I probably should have done this, just this one, just because I know that these take forever. See, I've really badly done this one. More than I should, really. Hopefully that'll be alright. Oh, it does. It looks alright. So I will find some acetate. The idea is that if I put a thing on there, it's going to lift up like that, and then I need it back on that. So just a minute, I forgot to get more card. I've got a couple of sheets in case I get forget. Excuse me, I'm just taking my jumper off. I always get hot under the eye, and I also get right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trace around there, hopefully. Oh, because that's going to be the back. That's going to go on there. It's very flimsy. I just don't know if it's going to be strong enough, but it's stuck on there, but it won't be stuck on there because it's going to be a pocket case. So do we need to do another layer just to make sure it's nice and strong? It's trouble with using A4 card, and this is from Spotlight, and so Spotlight doesn't do Australian A4, it does American A4. So you're working with a smaller size. As I've discovered, I bought it And then when I went to cut my cards like I normally do, cut it from my card bases, I thought, oh, it's different. So I think it's American A4, which is slightly shorter than what we have in Australia. Bits of stuff everywhere here. I just don't like using a knife. Don't know what it is. Oh. I admire those people who just use a knife all the time and use their tear rulers, and I'm not too sure. I seem to always go for a pair of scissors. Right, so I'm going to stick that on top of that down there. Still very flimsy. I don't think I've got anything that's... But then if you make it too fat, too sturdy, it won't go in the page without creating too much bulk. So we don't want that. Don't want lots of bulk. We just want a bit of firmness. And then I'm going to stick this very carefully so that it's not just catching there. Just going to stick it so there's a gap at the top, but it needs to be lined up a bit better. Okay, not very good at all. Just need to cut at the sides a little bit so you're nice and straight. Okay. So this morning my husband and I went for a bit of a went to the beach for a walk. I was hoping that the cobwebs would be blown away a bit. Maybe the fresh air would help a little bit. So I'm hoping that's going to be just what I needed. At least I could go. Felt like going for a walk today. A couple of days I just couldn't even do that. So what the idea is that that's going to go in there like that. I will put some vellum, not vellum, acetate on top, and then I'm going to put a little whale tail. I can't get my words out. Goodness me. That's shifted in the process, and then that's going to go in my journal as a page. Let's have a look. Just choose. I'm just going to show you for an example rather than actually put it in the moment. I'll just decide. So I'll put it there, for instance. That's going to, I have to trim that down even more. It's not going to fit in otherwise. That's going to be there, and if I stick it down on 3 sides, it'll be another pocket behind as well as a pocket at the top where the photograph comes out. So that's the idea. So I need to trim that down a little bit more because it's too big, of course. And I will trim it with the photograph in so that I know. I might just trim it down the bottom as well. because I've done that, of course the glue's not there anymore. So I will trim her off as well, come to think of it now. I'll just put that down. It's going to pick it back up again, make more noise. Sorry. I used to have a trimmer with what, Kay? A cutter, a blade cutter. I was forever replacing the blades all the time, so I was asking somebody in the Facebook group, I was asking people in the Facebook group that I belong to, and somebody suggested that particular trimmer because it cuts 12 by 12, and I use a lot of 12 by 12 papers as well. So as much as I like the Tim Holtz one because it's nice and small, it's too small for 12 by 12. So I think you can get a bigger one now, but I'm not sure. But because they're expensive, and that one was nowhere near as expensive, but it's really good. Just got to make sure everything's lined up properly. And sometimes it's big from this desk because I don't have the whole desk to work with. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to age that outside. I'm going to ink around the edges again, but this, I'm going to put some acetate on it, and I'll be back to show you the end result. So hang in there, be back soon. Well, hopefully. So I'm back. So what I did was I came in first with the vintage photo and come from the edges, and as you can see, it's all over my piece of paper. And then I came in with ground espresso, just getting the ink dauber and getting right from the edges inwards. Did I say ground espresso? Vintage photo first, ground espresso next. And then if it wasn't for Judith, I wouldn't ever have this sort of stuff either, because I've not considered it before, but I've got it. So I used it to create a bit of a antique border for my photograph frame and a little bit around the photograph. And I did put acetate on the photograph, and I used a tab because I punched a whole heap of tabs from the scraps you have left over. If you don't have acetate, you can just use the packaging, the plastic packaging that you have in anything you buy. It's got plastic packaging. Just use that instead of acetate because nobody has acetate. So anyways, for the aging effect, I use this vintage antiquing paste from Stamperia first, and then I went over it, as you can see, my finger, and then I went over vintage patina in dark blue for aged effect. It's water-based, which I probably could have used water, but I didn't even realise that. Anyway, it looks quite fun, and that's also from Stamperia. So two things from Stamperia. So I use them on the front. So that's going to go in the top here when this everything's dry. It doesn't matter that the photograph back behind is a bit grungy looking as well. I mean, because it's supposed to be an old photograph rather than a. I suppose we're using acetate because it's like reflecting the glass. Would the glass been used in the old days? I don't know. That's not going to go in. Why is that not going to go in? Because it's too, fits like a glove instead of being behind. So I might have to look at that. Anyway, so that's going to be used as a pocket. Like I said, I'm going to glue there, there, and there, and it's going to be pocket. Oh no, I'm going to use there, glue there, and leave it open so there's a pocket at the side, or a pocket that side depending on which page I use. So there's my photograph pocket, and I think I explained what I meant. I was going to put it on my page and stick it down on three sides, so there's a pocket there or a pocket there depending on which page I use it. So if you use it on that side, see, the pocket would be there. If you use it on that page, the pocket would be here, so on the opening side of the page. So thank you very much for joining me today. So today we made a very simple pocket using some book page and some paper from the Craftly Hall digital from Tracey Fox Creative. And what else did I make? I think that's all I made. yeah, I just showed you what else I'm going to have in pockets, what I'm going to have there. So like I said, I'm not doing it daily, I'm just doing bits and pieces, and I'm going to be using some of the things from the cover. And I've also done some die cuts from my die cut box ready to go, and whether I'll come back and do some things with you. I said I was going to use some things from my idea books, but we'll see how I go, because sometimes I just like to craft without recording, and I just realised my camera's tilted as usual. Anyway, hope that you got something out of that today, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.